But there's something very important to be aware of when choosing your niche, and that is audience size. And I learned this with my music channel. I went ahead and created almost 270 videos on my music channel. And this has resulted in around 15,000 subscribers. Whereas on my tech channel, I've only created around 70 videos, and this has resulted in around 7,000 subscribers. The key difference is I started this music channel in 2020 and I started this tech channel in May, June of 2021. Initially, you wouldn't think the choice of your niche would be too significant because you think there's plenty of subscribers out there to grow your channel. You want 100,000 subscribers, 1 million subscribers. Surely there's enough people in the entire world that would want to watch this type of content. But the harsh reality is the audience you may be trying to target may not be large enough for you to even get 100,000 subscribers, and it's coming to terms with this determining factor. But it doesn't mean that you couldn't potentially make a very profitable YouTube channel by creating a business around the small amount of traffic you could achieve. Because the truth is, there's millions and millions of people that want to look at the latest iPhone every single year, but there's probably only a couple thousand people that want to watch a review on this guitar pedal. And this is reflected for me personally in the numbers. In October, my tech channel almost brought in 500,000 views in a single month, whereas my music channel with far more content only brought in 100,000 views. So that data there proves no matter how great the content is you're creating, you need to be mentally aware of the cap of the people you may be able to reach. And my music channel is proof of this. I create equally as high content as on my tech channel, but I've niched down onto this particular brand called Boss, and more specifically, their little red loop pedals. And they have about 5-6 different loop pedals in this particular range. And collectively, that entire range for Boss has sold around 1 million units worldwide. But the keyword there is worldwide. So you then have to factor in the language barrier. I'm making these tutorials in English, so people that don't speak English can't watch these YouTube videos or with obviously the subtitles on. So then that means the actual audience size is even smaller. There's not 1 million people that could watch these tutorials. It's probably more like a couple 100,000. And the fact that I've managed to capture 15,000 people in an audience size that realistically could be around 100 to 150,000 people is around a 10% conversion rate, which is already pretty high and potentially capping out on this channel's potential unless I do some drastic changes. So being aware from the very beginning of the potential audience size that you're trying to capture within that niche is super important. But it doesn't matter if you can't get millions and millions of subscribers, because if you intend to take these people to different traffic sources, such as a website, and try and divert them elsewhere to build some form of consulting business or whatever it is, sell products to them, then it doesn't really matter, because you could dominate a really small niche and still create quite a good YouTube business. And sometimes it's virtually impossible for a brand new YouTuber to try and compete in the larger spaces. For example, my tech channel, I never anticipated that to be as successful as it was due to how saturated and competitive that space is. But because I just know so much about the platform, I managed to find a way to position that content so it did work correctly. But if it wasn't for starting my music channel first and running that for about a year, I wouldn't have stood a chance at doing a successful tech channel.